Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing hopefully the first of many educational consensual Smurf series where I will be inviting Patreon members or subscribers or just regular viewers depending on how it goes into a private lobby where they will all be within a certain range of MMR. There's a lot of rules set in place to make this as simulated of a pub as we can make it. I'm going to tell you guys everything that I'm thinking, reasoning for why I'm doing what I'm doing. A little bit about hero selection, a little bit about movements on the map, minimal communication. I want you guys to learn how to play your own game. What matters to you, what you need to get done in the game, and why.
Banana slam jam.
So we probably want, I think Necrophos is nice. They have a lot of harass, and I have a melee 4 position. Can operate independently, because this is a roamer. So roamers are likely to leave your lane. They don't always leave your lane, but they likely are. And I also want a hero that makes him a threat. A hero that consistently pushes in the lane. A hero that, if gone on, he can counter-initiate for. So a lot of times you want to pair melee with range. And against these two heroes, I like the fact that I have a hero that sustains. Most likely against Warlock, Wraith King. Perhaps we're against Wraith King, Crystal Maiden. I'm going to buy a lot of stat items, either way. A little bit of damage. Want to stand my ground. I'm more so concerned about trading with them rather than CSing, so I'm not going to go for the Quelling Blade. It's like CSing does matter, obviously, but Quelling Blade implies I don't think I'm really going to get hit by them. But in this lane, I definitely think I'm going to take a decent amount of damage. I'm going to check teammates' items. Looks like he's planning to drag. He's got boots. A lot of regen on BSJ Pog. Okay, Kunkka mid. So we kind of lack disables other than, like, supports, and it's like soft catch. What I mean by soft catch is like Kunkka, yes, he catches people, but if they get like BKBs, we have issues. So eventually we'll probably want a sheep stick of some sort. Atos seems kind of bad since it's also countered by BKB. We definitely need a salve. As Necrophos, a hero that sustains consistently, salves are a really important deal, because if you manage to drop really low, that's really the only way you can lane. So I was going to stay high ground and scout out. But we do see 3 heroes running at us. My team appears to be playing carefully, so we're going to back up here. Be a little bit chill. My team appears to go for top rune. So since I don't feel comfortable going for this rune at all, I am just going to block. Nah, he's telling me to go, but I just saw 3 or 4 heroes running through a ward. I refuse to run there. So, I appreciate my teammates telling me what to do, but I'm not going to listen to them if I don't think my hero can do it. So whenever you see 3 or 4 heroes run into an area or go off map, you have to assume that they're where you don't want them to be, Otherwise, you just randomly walk into death sometimes. So we are 1v2 for a bit. Earth Spirit's going to be a bit late to lane, so we're going to play away from the Crystal Maiden as passively as possible. Definitely start off with some defensive creep aggro since we know we are alone. Do the aggro before CM gets here. Gonna keep playing away from her. Go for the range creep. Just avoid interaction with both heroes at the same time. Get that deny. Easy. Her trade with this guy because there's a bunch of creeps. So notice how he's like stuck with creeps. We can always use creeps to our advantage here. Just the fact that we have more creeps than they do means we can harass, as long as we don't get hit by both of them at the same time. That's the only way they win the trades. So heroes like Necro, it's all about choosing good trades. So I'm purposely pushing in the lane to him here. Missed the CS. Our Spirit is pulling, which is really good for us. We can fuck with these CS a little bit. Hit this guy, make sure we're outside of the 500 aggro range of the tower. Just give him a little whack, whack, whack. Got salved up. Gonna have to back off, because notice how our creeps are gone, so unlike I'm gonna back off. So pretty much knowing to be aggressive or not is purely based on how many creeps you have in the early game. There's a lot of other things, like matchup dependent wise, but like in terms of just raw, every game, same thing, it's purely based on creeps. And so notice how we backed off and they didn't. I want to posture towards my teammate, but I don't really want to help him, so don't put myself out of position. But make sure I'm ready to help him if I can. I'm a pretty slow hero, so I would be waddling over there. Lane Equilibrium's good right now. We're going to check to see no pull camps available. Our Spirit did a good job of blocking it. Gonna buy stat items. I think this is a lane where stats are more important than move speed since they have slows and stuns. They're gonna get on top of me if they want to. Notice how he's trading with me when there's a lot of creeps in my favor. Not good for him again. Okay, he used his stun, so I'm not afraid of him. I can totally run at him aggressively here. Whenever enemies use abilities that threaten you, you should run at them, because they don't threaten you anymore. I thought he was actually going to die there, so I was merciful to Wraith King as he has only a tango. Want to make sure I be aggressive on him now. I don't want him to be able to recover at all. Wraith King can lifesteal just by obviously hitting creeps. Missing all the denies. Perfect. Crystal Maiden's respawning, so we want to chill. He might like salve up the Wraith King and go on us. That's like a possibility to go wrong. He did do just that. So we wouldn't want to get ganged up on by two heroes. Earth Spirit's pulling again. We're chilling. We don't want to contest right now. Notice how this is a situation that could be dangerous. Let them have the creep. My Earth Spirit's back to base. Lane's good. We can kind of like linger over here, but not get contested by two. Even though we are level 4 to their level 3s, so we're pretty strong. Want to make sure we try to get the last hit. Failed. GG. I could have maybe taken a second point in my passive, but I'm honestly busy talking to you guys. I think you should normally take your passive, unless you're really scared. But it does go up pretty high in terms of value, so. Earth Spirit looks like he's walking back. So with heroes like Necro, you win the trades consistently. So all you want to do is focus on trading. Focus on playing around when the lane's pushed in your favor, like now. Hit the guy a lot. Notice how I'm just hitting him. I went for the move speed afterwards because I want to ramp up my aggression now that I have enough stats. Walk past the tower. Do a little bit of aggro shit here. They can't fight me because they don't have creeps. Scouting with my Q. He's going to go down here. Making sure we're never in the 500 aggro range of the tower. Notice how, like, anytime we attack these guys, we're not in range. Walk out of it again. And that's how you can dive towers without taking damage. A little bit about how to tower aggro dive there. Lane's pushing into us again. We're chilling. We want to be a body in lanes this game, because we have a very greedy carry. Tanking for the creeps here so that his pull goes off. Wraith King's contesting it, so we'll kill these creeps as quickly as possible and walk over. We don't want them having too many creeps for the same reasons we've been talking about, right? So we want to kill the creeps off. We have Reapers. Okay, got him away from the camp. That's good enough. The reason why we moved over here is to get him away from the camp. So if he has to walk away from the camp, I don't have to Reapers him. I mean, I'm looking. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to kill him here. But we want to be a stable body in lane, because we have a troll that's most likely going to go Battle Fury. Oh, he's going Maelstrom, same thing. Warlock's bottom. I'm going to back off here. Looks like a mid-Warlock. It is a mid-Warlock. Didn't even notice that. Yeah, 4-position Grimstroke. But yeah, the idea of this lane is that we, as long as we're not dying, we're winning. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen, as best of our capabilities. We see Warlock over here. We're not afraid of Wraith King anymore. His lane's kind of over. They forwarded. We're going to aggro defensively here. We don't know where... What's Legion's level? 4? Okay, we're chilling. I'm going to walk to get this range creep. Also getting a little harass in there. We just want to keep tanking up so we don't die. Gonna deliver ourselves the cloak first. We don't need the regen of the Ring of Health component. So we're not going to buy that. A lot of other offlaners would buy the Ring of Health component first. So when you're winning like this, don't go greedy. Don't go Midas. Don't go Boots of Travel. You want to like ramp up the pace. You want to make sure you're just this unmovable wall. Notice how I keep walking at him, scaring him, but I'm not actually attacking him, so I'm not taking any tower damage for the most part. At this point, we play for efficiency to pressure the tower. So not only do we, at this point where we feel comfortable playing behind their tower, we now move to this camp where we clear these creeps just like we were doing before, but after we clear these creeps, we also get the bonus camp, and now we can run it to carry. Same as before. Don't really TP to stuff when you're this strong, because you're level 7, this carry's level 5. Worst thing we can do is just give him free farm. I would pretty much never leave my lane unless my other lanes were so bad and I just like had to kill somebody. That's the only way I'm ever leaving this lane, guys. That's really important to acknowledge. That I'm just, like, not leaving this lane. So we're incorporating a little bit of efficiency, but we can do the camp next wave. So now, like, notice how the camp just respawned? We could go do the camp, like, on the next wave, because we've bullied him out. And we don't want him to be able to farm this. Because we talk about inefficient interaction. We want efficient interaction. We don't want to give him efficient interaction. So his inefficient reaction is anything to do with us. So we're going to play our own game, control our area, do the same thing we just did here since we see that he's out of lane. And that's what we're going to be doing. Nice stat item for the neutral item. On Necro, any item that makes you a little bit harder to kill is really nice. Arcane Ring, Pig Pole, Ocean Heart. In terms of neutral items, they're all pretty reasonable. So we take the tower. We're not going to miss any creeps since there's only 2 creeps here if we walk over here. So we're going to be very efficient. Oh, there's no camp. GG. We were going to pull that camp. We're going to stack pull the camp into this wave, but we can't do that. If you can, though, it's really good. I'm not sure if it's blocked or if Wraith King farmed it. So at this point, we're looking to head towards mid. It's just a matter of how long it takes, you know? We don't want to rush things, but eventually we will get there. So it looks like the camp is blocked. I'm actually going to fly myself a sentry because I plan to be farming that camp. Looks like there's a fight going on in their triangle. My team appears to be overextending. Good job, guys. You're making this a very good, authentic pub experience. Going triangle into a Warlock lineup. Very good. So we're just going to keep playing our own game. Chillaxing. Just moving our way towards the mid lane. This wave's really not that big of a deal to farm because it actually makes it easier for them to farm if we push it into their tower, and we're not actually killing the tower. We don't want to give them mid tower, so if my team needs my help defending, notice how it's like, I'm like a slow as fuck dude, you know? I don't want to walk around the map. I want to play my own game and only respond at all necessary. So I put the sentry in the middle, make sure I covered the entire camp, and then I just destroy my own sentry. Proper dewarding there. If I'm having a good game, I have no problem dewarding for myself, because that camp is effectively gold for me. So we see Wraith King. We see 3 in the triangle, so we feel very good against the 2 heroes that are down here. Just going to push in the lane. If we didn't see this, like if we didn't have this ward information, I'd be playing passively right now. Because I don't know if I'm getting ganked by 5 heroes. And if I don't know for sure that I'm not, then I will play like I am. As a philosophy you can always roll with, guys. So we don't need to feel forced to do anything. We just look for opportunities. We're being super efficient right now, making ourselves tankier and tankier. We have an ancient stack. Troll's got a Maelstrom, he's pretty farmed. Warlock doesn't have Golem, so we could have like maybe punished that cooldown, but like honestly, as long as I'm walking at the guy that's trying to farm, I'm pretty chill here. Like, I'm just trying to control areas that the opponent's trying to farm, you know? I'm not trying to actually kill anybody. Necrophos, Vipers, Venos, they're these, like, ranged annoying dudes that make it hard for you to farm. So on these heroes, don't overextend, don't panic. As long as you're farming more than the opponent, these heroes are good. My teammates want to smoke, though, and I'm conveniently here. So I'm perfectly fine to participate. Let them go first. Don't break my smoke. He missed. Is what it is. Not going to overcommit. I could rage ping him if I wanted to, but I'm now near the mid tower. None of this was forced. Just waited for an opportunity. If my teammates never made this move, then I just wouldn't be here.
Mega kill! Radiant structures are fortified.
Legion's jungling. So we have absolutely no pressure against us right now. We have all the pressure going for us. They look like they're trying to respond, so... Instant duel. Respect, my friend. Respect. I would be tilted too, my friend. Looks like he was trying to set up the Warlock Golem, but was a little bit too late. So we're just farming near the objective, you know. We used our ult, but we're not useless. So we're chilling here. But notice how I'm not, like, being inefficient in the meantime. I'm just, like, farming nearby. Like, hey, guys, if you need me, I'm here. So in terms of utilizing your passive, I always switch to Agi-Treads when I'm walking around, because it just makes it the same idea as, like, dropping your items when you want and all that kind of stuff. So efficient tread switching there. Halberd would be better if I was really scared. Like if I was having a rougher game or a closer game, I'd go Halberd. But man, I'm having such a good game. I'm going to go Sanjin Kaya because it's the better item for my hero. Halberd's like somebody on their team scares me. So I'm going to buy Halberd. While Sanjin Kaya is the I'm owning item. Okay, be a little bit scared. We do still see 3 on the triangle. We're just not afraid of these guys. Like, they're trying to interact with me, and I don't know why. But when you don't know why they're doing it, and you're pretty confident you're supposed to be doing it, then you just stay here. Yep, Necro's not a ganker. He just kind of stands his ground and says, hey guys, you can't walk here. I'm role-playing a wall. And if my team comes to me like this, great. If you create pressure, your team is likely to rotate to you at some point. I'm gonna pig pull my way in here. Checking and seeing what's going on top. We don't want to give any towers away for free here. So, let's check teammates, like TP status. We're not gonna give that tower away for free. So now we're gonna TP top. Last thing you want to do is give the carry that you just dumpstered in lane a free tower. So now we've turned our, like, aggression into defensive aggression, right? Like, we're trying to prevent the opponent from getting stuff. So I wouldn't have gone top if the opponent wasn't actually going to get something off of it. But I want to get out of here as soon as possible, because I'm not actually advancing our game plan by being here. Turn my heater back on, because my hands are fucking cold. Notice how we still have the ward on their triangle that they haven't dewarded, which is really nice. Makes us feel confident enough to play here. Otherwise, I would have just farmed the jungle camp if I didn't see them. And we're just going to do the same thing. Farm the jungle camps near the lane that we want to be farming. So, this is natural feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but like, you know, the lane doesn't feel sufficiently pushed top. Feels like I need to defend the next one. Because there's already going to be a wave here 10 seconds from now. You know? So I'm going to farm this one defensively because I don't know where they are. I now see Grimstroke bottom, so that makes me feel better. But I'm going to be farming this one defensively. Because I know they might be here, because look at the map.
Of course.
If my team had, like, no inclination of being here, then I'd be a little bit more scared. But my teammates are moving this way. But I'm still being scared. Notice how I'm super strong. But now it's like my carry's now allowed to play the safe part of the map that I opened up for him. We see Wraith King. We see Grimstroke. I don't think I'm dying here. And now we're going to make our way back towards the team. Because it's such an opportunity to just cut across the map. But when you want to cut across the map to your team, don't leave waves behind, people. Don't leave waves behind. So this is how you delay your walk across the map just a bit. But this is something you want to do a lot of. You know, you just do this. You just drag the creeps with you while you're walking. And we're encroaching on this Wraith King's farm, right? That's all we're trying to do. He wants to farm here, so we're not going to let him do that. We're just a wall. We're a moving wall of anti-farm. This is what pressure means. A lot of people in lower brackets don't do the whole walk at you thing. Think about it. If you were the Wraith King, would you want a Necrophos to walk at you? And if the answer is no, then you walk at him. So on Necro, when I'm like super snowballing, and I'm having like the dream game, when you think of Necro, what do you think of when he's like a powerful hero? You think of this like unkillable guy, right? That's what you think of. So whenever I'm playing a hero and I'm having a really good game, whatever you think of this hero as is most likely what I'm going to build to do. You know, we think of like Wraith King going Radiance and stuff because he's super tanky and just wants to deal damage while he gets kited. Same idea. It's like, Necro, keep up this pressure. Notice how I kind of like migrated all the way across the map. Slowly but surely. And now there's just nothing left to farm. And now that there's nothing left to farm, we can go hit this tier 2 tower. And we can kind of make that cycle back to top tower when it feels right, you know? We see this pressure, we're monitoring that. That's the reason we go there in the first place, so we are monitoring it. The map's always going to feel superior pressure if you pressure correctly. It's really that simple, right? Take the Ghost Shroud slow, because we do lack a little bit of catch on our team. We're going to go ahead and Ghost Shroud ourselves up here. Walking in, because we see the Wraith King top. We feel pretty confident. And this is the kind of stuff where they feel pressure to react to us. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. In this case, I'm now going to TP top since people just aren't here. Not going to give them anything for free. They're going to like try to go on me, I guess. Make sure I cast my spell defensive enough to survive. I mean, I'm just a level 15 Necro. This is just about kind of knowing your hero's limits. Since I'm really far ahead, I can do this. But, like, obviously if the game was closer, I wouldn't be able to. But this is something heroes like Necro and Timbersaw do a lot. You kind of just TP in front of people that are pushing towers and say, no, you're not allowed to have that. But these deaths can also be really costly if you do die there. So just be very careful when you do think about these plays. Just know you're consciously making it because you think you can survive and defend the tower. Never make that play if you think you'll die. So Lotus Orb is just a nice item against their heroes. It removes Fatal Bonds. It removes CM stuff. You can reflect like Wraith King shit. It's just a nice item. I need a little bit of armor because Legion and Wraith King are both physical damage. So my choices were like Shiva's and Lotus. And I'm going to choose the item that defends me rather than attacks them because of how far ahead I am. Give him a high five. So at this point, we don't really care if we're being inefficient, because, like, what I would want to happen is this wave gets pushed. But I want this tower, and my teammates with me, so we now need to go clear up some waves. Make sure I don't mess that up. Draw lines on the map. Tell my team I don't want to just give up lanes. So, honestly, this TP is kind of a grief, because my carry's supposed to do it. But if your carry's not doing it, then I'm going to do it. Because, like, going for Roche there, it's just unnecessary. Get the lanes in. Don't be inefficient. We're not scared of them Roshing. They don't have, like, an Ursa or anything like that. The only reason we would play around Roche if we're ahead like this and be inefficient is because we're concerned that if we don't take Roche, they're going to take it. But, like, I'm not concerned about their lineup taking Roche. So I'm going to get all 3 lanes pushed in methodically as possible. As you go higher MMR, you know, you don't always have to get all 3 lanes in because people are good enough that they'll, like, gank you or stop you. But in this case, like, if you're ahead, just act like you're ahead. Farm the entire map. Chillin'. Chillaxin'. Probably a better neutral item. Probably Fey Grenade, honestly. Just for some move speed. I'm gonna pig pull myself over here. And notice the map for them. All 3 lanes are pushed in. They feel terrible. Nowhere for them to go. None of my kills have been forced. Just kind of farming my way there. But yeah, we are waddling. We are a very slow hero. So we will make our way places. My hero doesn't exactly contribute to Roche, but I don't want to give the opponent a chance to come back. So my team is Roshing right now. So I'm going to start farming my way towards that, just like I farmed towards bottom earlier from top. It's like the same idea. If you don't contribute to the objective, but you are necessary to help your team, just notice how I'm kind of like shielding them with my farm patterns, taking care of the rest of the map so that they can get the objective that they want to get. Gonna try to kill this in time. Didn't quite make it. My team even taking Roche timer poggies. At this point, we can honestly go pretty much any item we want because we're really far ahead. I do think the Ag Shard is underrated, so I will take it. It's basically like a cheap E-Blade that clears waves. It's a pretty good Ag Shard. Once I've established I don't think I need any items to live on Necro, I will buy an Ag Shard usually. It's more about, like, do I need items that help me live? So I'm going to remove the Fatal Bonds for myself, because I could actually kill my entire team if I, like, take a bunch of damage here. I might be in some trouble. Oh, gotta get this ghost off me. Gonna shield my teammates since he's the one getting gone on. I'm gonna go ahead and ult the support to show dominance. It's really important. Gotta make sure I use my shroud on my teammate so he can't attack. So I get the last hit. And we're looking pretty good. Looking like the game is gonna be wrapped up anytime now. Probably best to go Dagon. For really no other reason than we just don't need anything else. If you're going to use your wand, you want to make sure you use it during Ghost Shroud. Pretty basic tip there, but make sure you do that because it amps up healing and wand is included in there. Just sit behind our carry. He has Aegis. Don't let them go on you here. If it's a closer game, positioning is really important. Remove that from him. This guy's almost got a refresher. Gotta respect the mid-warlock strats. Gonna cut this wave, because notice how bottom lane's pushed into our tower? I want to do this real quick. You know, it's a little bit greedy to, like, leave our team behind for a sec, but ideally it's only for just a sec, and there wouldn't be, like, a fight happening here. But this is something you can do that's really good. Don't let your teammate take it. That's not good. But it prevents you from ever having to go back and defend this. So if you ever see a lane that's doing this, you can kind of gravitate towards cutting it to make sure you never have to go back and defend it. Because the last thing you want to do is get forced off of the opponent's side of the map when you're really strong. So similar idea here is going to like walk over and kill this real quick. It's not like, you know, worried about going to our side of the map, but it is a situation where we want to make sure that we kill all the creeps possible. I'm gonna go ahead and nuke that guy. We're feeling pretty strong. Necro never really starts the fight unless it's him going on, or them going on him. So notice how, like, I'm kind of just playing based off whatever my team's doing. I'll play more passively if my teammates aren't near me or enemies all missing. I'll play more aggressively if it's the opposite. You know, in this case, we're just going to TP top. We refuse to give them a tier 1 tower here. Just say, you usually say to your team, like, hey team, I'll be back in just a sec, chill. Obviously, they're going to go in into Fountain and die, but, you know, you gotta do the right thing here. Clear all 3 lanes. BSJ Cap is also smurfing, apparently. Notice how we kind of did the walk down a lane thing. Don't need to take time and wait for these creeps. We just need the lane to get pushed in. This is setting up for the megas. And this is when you come back to the fight, you're like, oh, that was convenient. I'll do that again. Go ahead and ult that guy. Do that. And, you know, we should probably stop BMing lovely viewers that signed up to get a spanking. Lotus Orb is kind of like BKB, but it's, like, less impactful every use, but it's lower cooldown. And you can also use it on your teammates. And obviously it's like a soft dispel rather than like saving from stuns. So it's just like, if you're thinking about buying a Lotus Orb, that's kind of like what you want to be thinking about. Uh-oh. Only question is, do they know if it's me or BSJ Kappa? This is obviously just a sample game to see how it plays out, but hopefully it helps. So that's going to be it for this one. We're going to be doing more of this in the future. The teams will be less variant in MMR. They'll also be a bit better balanced, hopefully. But yes, hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments, like section, whatever. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.